Parks, this is your playthrough for 2. Good day, my name is Joe Gerba, and I'm here with my wife Shelby, and we're going to do a playthrough of Parks the board game. We have everything set up. Shelby will be the purple player. I'll be the white hiker player. We each have our campfires set up. We each got a canteen. We have our end of round, or our end of game scoring that I'll show on the screen right now. The first one will be mine. The second one will be Shelby's. Then for gear cards, we have the journal. Parks are going to cost 1 less mountain to visit. We're going to have the binoculars. You may gain a wild instead of the mountain at the mountain space. And then a compass. Parks cost 2 less suns to visit. We got our parks already set up. We have the season of waves. So when we go to the action that lets us potentially get a new canteen, we'll be able to get a water. Shelby will be first player, and I'll have the camera. And I have the canteen that lets me, when I put a water, I can get a tree. And Shelby will have, when she puts a water, she can exchange a piece for a wild or reserve a park. We have our tokens set up from the season of waves, and we'll get started. The one special tile that's placed for the first season is going to be this one right here. You pay a water to repeat any other hiker's action. So, let's get going.
Okay.
All right, so Shelby was the first one this round to go there. So she'll get the sun, which was on the thing, as well as the forest. I will take this and immediately put it on here to get a forest, and then gather my two sun resources.
Get some water. And then I'm gonna spend a water to exchange one for a wild.
All right, and I think I'll take another forest over here.
I'm gonna take a new canteen.
And new canteen will be, put a canteen there for a forest. This hiker's gonna go get a couple waters.
Oh, and I got a water too, right?
You did,
Yeah,
so you get an
okay.
extra one. So the season of waves, when she takes a canteen, she can get a water.
And I'm gonna go to the mountain. And I will spend this water for a tree.
I'll move 1 to spend this water to take a picture. So since I have the camera, I can spend 1 to take a picture. That'll be 1 point at the end of the game. And the only way to move on the same spot as somebody is to use the campfire. And it regenerates when somebody reaches the end.
Use my campfire. Take another tree.
Now I'll get a couple of suns here.
I'm gonna jump and get 2 water.
I'm going to go to this space, grab this sun, and use this water to copy a space, and I'll copy this double water space.
I'm gonna do the Grand Canyon.
So the Grand Canyon costs 2 mountains, and she can use a wild, a sun, and then 3 water. Then we replace the park. And I'm going to take a mountain.
I'm going to spend 2 to take a picture.
So when someone spends 2 to take it, they get the camera, and now all their cameras will cost 1.
Ooh.
And I think I'm gonna buy a gear. I'm gonna send 1 camper to the end and buy some gear. And since I'm the first one to buy gear, I'm gonna spend 2 suns to get this journal. So now my parks will cost 1 less mountain to visit. Okay, I'll take 2. I'm actually I'm gonna use my campfire to get a mountain.
I'm going to reserve the North Cascades.
Cascades, so reserving shall retain first player and be able to build that on a later turn. And that means I have to finish my action. So for 1, since it'll cost me 1 less for the journal, I'm just going to pick up the Mammoth Cave National Park for 2 points. So at the end of the round, the person with the camera can take a picture at a price of 1 resource.
Ooh.
We're gonna refill refill the canteens. We'll get to flip over our fire pits. We'll reset everything, get our new season set up, and add a tile, and start the next round. All right, so we set up for the season of the wind. So we put our tokens out there, our water and sun tokens, from what the season claims. And the gear this season costs 1 less sun to purchase. The first player marker doesn't change unless you're the first one to get to the end. So Shelby will be first player with the camera.
Starting off taking a picture. Oh.
Now immediately not take a picture. No, I do need to take a picture. So I'm going to use the fire pit to go on a space that somebody else is already at. Spend 2 of these suns to take a picture and grab the camera.
Get a sun and some water.
Put this water, and from this water I'll get this tree, and the space is 2 suns. And that's the end of my turn.
A sun and a tree.
And I'll go here and my resources are, I do have plenty of resources. I think it's fairly early. We're going to buy a canteen. This canteen lets us fill it to get a mountain.
Oh, we need a item.
Oh, we do, yeah.
I'm going to take this water and then use it to fill a canteen to exchange one of my pieces for a wild. And then I'm gonna swap a tree for a sun.
And you can do it one more time if you need to. So you can swap 2 with this one if you wanted to. You don't have to.
I'm gonna stay. I'm staying.
All right, so I'm gonna take 2 water and use one of those for a mountain. And the resource limit is 12. So I can get one more resource before I have to start trading in.
You got a long way to go.
I do have a long way to go. We're gonna start swapping some. So I'll swap 2 of these waters for mountains, and that'll be the end of my turn.
I'm gonna take Yosemite.
Going for the 5-pointer. So that's 3 mountains and 4 suns. I'm gonna take one more mountain with my hiker.
I'm gonna flip my campfire. Get some water. Oh, can I spend this water?
Mm-hmm.
Get a tree.
All right. And I will go to the end, spend some of the resources. Oh, let's get this King's Canyon. So it cost me 2 trees and a mountain.
Oof. It's me.
Mm-hmm. And since I got to the end, I do get to flip my campfire over. But I'll just keep leapfrogging for now.
I'm gonna change water and a sun to a couple mountains.
I'm gonna grab a mountain on the way out.
I'm gonna take this water, spend this water to get a mountain.
And at the very end, I'll spend a mountain and 2 suns to get arches.
We'll take the Badlands.
All right, so she's gonna reserve the Badlands for later. And it looks like that'll be the end of the round. So whoever has the camera can take a picture for 1 resource. That'll be me. When I did go to arches, I should have done the journal So the parks cost one less to visit, so I'm gonna get myself a mountain back. Should have cost one less. And I think that's the end of the round. So we refill the canteens. And we're gonna deal out our next tile. We're gonna do our new season, and we'll be back in a second. All right, this is the start of the third round. So we have the season of stone. So you gain a sun anytime you gain any mountain on your turn. Shelby's still the first player, so she's gonna get to go first.
Take this water, and I'm gonna use these to take a picture. Oh.
Go here and grab this. Oh, maybe I won't do that. Go to this one. We're gonna visit a park. We'll visit this Denali. So normally it costs 4 mountains, but since I have the journal with the mountain, it'll just cost me 3. So I'll visit this park.
Take a water and 2 suns. And I will spend the water to get a wild.
All right, we'll get a sun and 2 water.
Mountain. And I gain another sun if I gain any mountain. I might be reaching my limit. Oh no.
I'm gonna spend these 2 water to take a picture.
Oh.
I gotta keep taking those pictures of the parks I see.
I'm gonna finish. I guess it doesn't matter. I'll finish the North Cascades.
All right, so the 4-pointer she reserved earlier, she's gonna finish. Gonna flip our tile to take our mountain into sun because it's the season of stone.
And water and a tree. And I'll spin this water to get another tree.
We'll go here and grab this sun. And now we can exchange 2. So exchange these 2 pieces for a couple waters. And we'll go to the end and pick up the Black Canyon. Now normally it costs 2 mountains and 2 water. They'll just cost me 1 mountain and 2 water.
Get 2 water.
All right, we're gonna get that last park, the Guadalupe Mountains. Once again, will cost 1 less mountain.
I'm going to exchange a sun and a water for 2 trees.
I'll grab 2 suns.
I'm going to finish the Sequoia National Park. 4 trees.
And anytime I gain a mountain, I can also gain a sun. And since I did make it to the end, I do have that available.
We'll do the same.
I'll grab a tree.
I'm just going to go to the end. And I will finish the Badlands.
And so when she finishes, I also have to finish. So I have 3 trees and 2 suns for the Capitol Reef National Park. All right, and we're gonna begin the last round. So we'll unfill the canteens, or refill the canteens. Refill your campfire. The person with the picture token can take a picture, cost of 1. And we'll get the last season. We'll set up the board and be back in a second. All right, so we're in the last season. We have the season of flowers. So parks cost 1 less water to visit. Quite a bit of water out there. All the tiles are out there. So taking a park, or all the special tiles, taking a park, swapping, getting a wild, and the repeat in action. I still have the camera, but Shelby has the first turn, so she gets to go first.
Water in a mountain.
It's a terrible start for me because I don't have enough to get any of these parks or gear. I'm going to take this sun and we're going to spend the sun to buy these binoculars so I can gain a wild instead of the mountain at the mountain space. I think it's kind of late for that, but we'll see.
I'm going to get a water and a tree. And I'm going to spend this water to get another tree.
And I go here and use this water. Doesn't matter which one I do. So we'll do the water to fill the canteen to get a tree.
I'm going to finish Yosemite. 3 trees and 1 water because it costs 1 less.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to use my campfire because I don't want anything to be stolen. To get the Grand Canyon National Park, it'll cost me 1 mountain less and 1 water less. So for a mountain and a sun, we'll be able to grab this last one. I know I could have gone here, maybe gotten a wild, but I'd be too afraid of getting a couple stolen from me.
Get a sun and 2 water. And I will spend a water to turn 1 into a wild.
All right, we'll grab this water and 2 suns. We need to figure something out fast. Don't have a lot to go on here.
Take this water, and I'm going to spend a water and a sun to take a picture. Ooh.
We need to grab a tree.
I'm going to take a sun. And I will exchange a mountain and a water. Change a mountain and a water for a couple of trees.
We're going to take a picture as well for 2 resources. We're running out of options here.
And take this water, turn it into a wild.
I think we're going to finish this up so we can get our new campfire for the Arches National Park. It'll be, nope, can't do Arches. We'll do the Biscayne at 2 trees and 1 water, because it'll cost 1 water less because of the season of flowers.
It's not what anybody needed. I will finish a park. And I go to Arches.
We're going to try a last ditch effort to spend our last resource to take a picture.
Guess it doesn't matter much, huh? Because you don't have any resources, right? You don't have any?
I don't. Where are you going?
I'm gonna go all the way to the end, I guess.
You could.
Because you can't
You're right.
do anything.
There's a whole bunch of 2s up there. But yeah, you're right. There's nothing I can do.
Got a mountain, another mountain, and a tree.
All right, so that's the end of the game. We'll look to see our points that we've scored in these parks. We'll look to see how many points we got from pictures. We'll look to see if we matched our end game goal. And we'll be back in a second. All right, so the final scoring for the game. I got 2 points because I've only visited 6 parks with mountains. Shelby got all 3 of her end of round bonuses because she visited at least 5 parks that were worth 4 or 5. So she got an extra point. We tallied up all the parks that we visited. I visited 9 parks for 27 points. She visited 8 parks for 31 points. I did take more pictures. I took 7 pictures. She took 5, which ends up being I scored 36. Shelby scored 39. Good job, Shelby. And that's our playthrough of parks. Shelby won the game. Hopefully you guys got a feel of how it plays. Just a lot of jumping and maneuvering on this track to gain resources, using those resources to take parks, get some better gear, and trying to maneuver around this board to maximize your points. And thank you guys for watching, and until next time.